Hi and welcome back to MRTV. This video is all about these here, the ETEE controllers. These are new VR controllers and I actually showed you an unboxing here. So if you haven't watched the unboxing yet, then check it out now. So these new VR controllers, they want to bring your hands into virtual reality as quickly and as painless and obstacle-free as possible. So users simply have to do this here, stick them on, and then they stick to your hands and they do have hand tracking. Now this is the 3 degrees of freedom version. So they will not be tracked in space, and of course we need them to be tracked in space. So the company behind these controllers, they are now working on a 6 degrees of freedom version of these, and they have just started a Kickstarter in order to finance this 6 degrees of freedom version. In this video I'm going to check out the hand tracking that this version already offers, and we're going to have a look at their Kickstarter campaign. And all of this goodness is coming up. Welcome back again here to MRTV. My name is Sebastian Ang and this channel is all about virtual reality. I'm bringing you unbiased and honest reviews of all the VR headsets, of VR accessories like these here, and of course you get all the latest news. So if this is interesting to you, then why don't you subscribe now and click on the bell button so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Let's check out these ETEE controllers. I had already showed them to you last time. They look like this, really very cool design. They have some kind of rubbery texture here, and well, actually this material is pressure sensitive. So this here, this kind of movement, it should be perfectly tracked by this kind of material. And the company behind these controllers is called TG0, and actually their main business is building this kind of material which is pressure sensitive. So as I mentioned before, this is the 3DOF version. I could make them 6 DOF by adding the tracker, the Vive trackers here. You see here, I could put the Vive trackers here, and I'm not going to do this in this video. I totally believe them that the Vive trackers will track these, but I'm more interested in how well does actually the finger tracking work. And after we've done this, we're going to check out their Kickstarter campaign, and everything starts now. All right, so I've put them on and they're active now, as you can tell. And what's cool here, the hand tracking, the finger tracking, it works really nice, and you wouldn't think that when you see that rubbery surface here, but it's really, really fast. And yeah, finger tracking works great. And as you can tell here on the right and left, there is some pressure sensitivity, but for each of the fingers, not as in the whole thing, I can press the whole thing, which I can. For each of the fingers, there's pressure sensitivity, and I'm even getting feedback here, it vibrates. So that is truly good. I can point all kinds of different kinds of gestures here and squeeze. It will even show me what I'm doing here. You see, do you see that? Point, squeeze. So that is really cool. And here on the top of the devices, as you can tell here, there's also a thumb stick. So I could still point. I can still use the thumbstick to choose from some menus, and then each of the fingers, I could make them mean a different kind of button press. If I want to map this onto the Valve Index controller, for example, and that's something that they want to do, which is really cool. So I must say I'm really, really impressed by how well this works. Check this out. Just check this out. This is really nice. And again, I really like it that it will check the intensity of how strong your fingers are pressing, and for each one of them. That is truly amazing. Now, well, this is the 3 degrees of freedom version. So if I do this here, if I go into space, nothing is being tracked. And exactly that's what the company behind these ETEEs, TG0, they want to make a 6 degrees of freedom version of these. And exactly therefore, a Kickstarter is now opened. Yeah, but before I check out the Kickstarter, I still want to have a closer look here at the tracking because I like it. It's super responsive, and even if I don't fully press, like half, I don't know how they do it, but just like the Valve Index controllers, it will detect it that you're not fully pressing, even when you're not touching those controllers yet. So for that part, I'm very impressed, and I really would love to have this as a 6 degrees of freedom controller. Now, as you could tell, the finger tracking really works well. So now what we need is the 6 degrees of freedom version. Let's have a look at their Kickstarter now. And here it is, ETEE, the button-free VR controller, and already 42,000 euros pledged from the 52,000 euro goal. Amazing, so they have nearly done it now. Let's check out how much is the controller. Okay, so it's buttonless. Have a look at all the videos and check this out. Yeah, okay, they're trying exactly the same that I tried there now. And here. Let's see what pledges they have. So ETEE Dev Kit, £199. That is exactly this year what I have, the 3 degrees of freedom controller. But actually I believe that we are more interested in the 6 degrees of freedom controller. Here, ETEE Steam VR. This is the campaign, this is what the campaign is all about. A new frontier in VR control. Pair of 6 degrees of freedom ETEE controller compatible with Steam VR ecosystem and games. This is what you want. If you want to get them as 6 degrees of freedom version, then this is what you should pledge for. And this is £259. And you should get it by December 2020. So built-in haptics, finger sensing capabilities, as I have just shown you, with bespoke Steam VR tracking included. Steam VR lighthouses required for tracking. Of course, you need the Steam VR base stations to be able to track those controllers. And wow, I'm excited about this, and I really hope that they will be successful, but as it seems, they are super successful because they already nearly reached their goal, and probably this video could also help them to get closer to their goal to make the 6 degrees of freedom ETEE controllers. Can you still get them actually? Yes, you still can, $259. Okay, £15 shipping to Germany, so £274. If you want them, then you can back them on this Kickstarter campaign right now, and I'm going to leave a link directly down to this Kickstarter campaign down in the description of this video. Alright, that's it for the ETEE controllers. Really cool, and I hope they will make it. I hope they are successful with the campaign, but it does look really good. So, if you want it, go and get it from the Kickstarter, and well, I will talk with the developers of the ETEE controllers on Saturday in my live stream. So there's going to be one section where we can have a Q&A. So do write down all of your questions either down in the comment section, or why don't you join my live show this Saturday, where I'm going to talk about the Stavia 1, Pimax 8KX, Pimax 8K Plus, and this year the ETEE controllers, and we're going to have a member of the ETEE team there for live Q&A, so that's going to be very exciting. I'm really happy that I showed them to you first here on the channel, the ETEE controllers, so keep in mind always the latest VR stuff here on MRTV first. That's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If yes, give it a thumbs up here with the ETEE controller. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV yet, do so now. And well, I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode.